Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Electric Bilodeau. Flying solo this week, but still a lot to talk about as the Olympics getting ready to kick off coming up on Friday. We have 3 Lowcountry natives going for medals this year and 3 other people that we're keeping pretty close tabs on as well. Wanted to kind of just touch base on them as far as what they've been doing and when they're going to be competing and what they're going for. And we start off with Raven Saunders. Of course, Raven has no stranger to the Olympic Games. This is going to be her 3rd time going to the Olympics. She was down in Rio back in 2016, then took part in the Games in Tokyo, which were moved back to 2021. And she's gotten better every time she's gone to the Olympics. That first time she finished in 5th place. 2021. Remember, she brought home the silver medal, which was a huge deal for her. Brought that back from Tokyo. So after going to the to the U.S. trials last month, Raven came up big with a 2nd place finish. That earned her a spot on this team. So that's why she is going to the Games this year. Now, she is considered a little bit of a long shot going into this one. DraftKings has her listed at plus 3,000 to bring home the gold medal. The favorite is fellow American Chase Jackson. She's listed at minus 115. Now, Raven has the 5th best odds. So as of right now, they don't really even expect her to medal. But they didn't really expect her to medal in Tokyo either. So that's not really a huge drawback against what Raven can do here. I believe she was about 1.5 feet back of 1st place at those Olympic trials. So she's got some ground to make up, but hoping to bring home another medal. And someone else hoping to bring home another medal from these Olympic Games is Jasmine Camacho Quinn. Of course, the Olympian running for Puerto Rico once again in these Olympic Games. She took home the gold medal in the 100-meter hurdles at the 2021 Games in Tokyo. You see the pictures here from the Associated Press. That was a huge upset, and Quinn has really been on fire ever since. She's been one of the top female hurdlers in the world over the past few years, and once again considered one of the favorites going into this event over in Paris. She's listed at plus 275 odds. Those are the 2nd best going into this event. Only the leader from France at plus 250 has her beat there. But Quinn was one of the biggest stories in the 2021 Games, winning that gold medal for Puerto Rico. I believe it was the first gold medal that Puerto Rico had won. And so the North Charleston native hoping to do that again, hoping to bring another medal back for Puerto Rico. Of course, Quinn grew up in North Charleston, went to Fort Dorchester. She is the sister of former NFL star Robert Quinn. So obviously the athletic genes are up and down in that family, and Quinn hoping to bring home her 2nd gold medal coming up in just a couple of weeks. Also going to be in her first Olympics this year is Emma Navarro, the tennis star from the Lowcountry. She has been on such a roll over the past couple of weeks, had a great showing in Paris earlier this year at the French Open, making the round of 16. Then went in to Wimbledon over in London earlier this month, had another big run as well as she reached the quarterfinals there. This is her first Olympics, as I said, and going back to Paris, going to be back on a clay court, which obviously she knows very well, growing up here in the Lowcountry and playing over on the green clay on Daniel Island for so many years. She is listed at plus 9,500 to win the gold medal for women's tennis. Obviously, she's towards the bottom of the pack a little bit more as she's going into her first Olympic Games. Even Coco Gauff, the American who's going to be carrying the flag for the women at the opening ceremonies coming up on Friday, she's considered one of the bigger favorites for the Americans to bring home a medal. But Emma, getting this experience early on in her career. Remember, she's just a couple years out of college, so to be getting this Olympic opportunity already is a huge deal for her, and taking advantage of any of that she can to get this kind of experience. And hopefully, she's going to be playing in these Olympic Games several times over the next several years. So those are the 3 Lowcountry natives that are going to be making the trip. We've got some other with South Carolina ties and with Charleston ties who are going to be going back to the Olympics as well. And that includes Asia Wilson, the former South Carolina star and the current WNBA star, probably the best player in women's basketball right now, averaging over 27 points and close to 12 rebounds a game. In the WNBA for Las Vegas, as they're looking for another WNBA championship coming up this year. Wilson won a gold medal with the U.S. in 2021, I should say, the 2020 Games, but they played in 2021, of course. over in Tokyo, and they are the overwhelming favorite to bring back another gold medal this year. The U.S. is listed at minus 1,800. No one else is even close to that. So unless something goes catastrophically wrong, Asia Wilson will be bringing back another gold medal for the United States this year. Really interesting one, though, here is Canyon Barry. You might remember him, the former College of Charleston basketball player. He is playing for the 3-on-3 competition in basketball on the men's side. A little bit of a different game, as you can tell. It's just 3-on-3, and that spaces things out a lot more, so gives guys a lot more room to shoot, which, if you remember Barry playing at the College of Charleston, that's a huge thing for him. Also playing on this team is Jimmer Fredette, the former NBA star, so they're kind of the guys that are leading this team. It's a 4-man team, so there's just one player going in and out. For Barry, who comes from this basketball royalty family, of course, with Rick Barry being his father, and he's got a couple brothers who both played in the NBA. But amazingly, this is their first time anyone in their family is going to play in the Olympics. So that's a huge deal for him. And Barry himself has just a great story behind him. You might remember he left the College of Charleston after 3 years to go play at Florida for his final year. And one of the reasons, this was before the transfer portal was a big thing, but one of the reasons he wanted to go to Florida was because of the nuclear engineering program they had over there. He's an incredibly smart guy. He got his nuclear engineering degree from Florida. He's now a systems engineer, so he's doing that job as he's also playing with the national 3-on-3 team. That team is ranked second in the world right now, so they're the favorites to at least get to the gold medal game. They're at plus 200 to win the gold medal at their odds. Serbia is the favorite right now at plus 180, so the Americans right there just below them. So Canyon Barry with a great shot of at least bringing home a medal and a good opportunity to bring home a gold medal as well, which would be really cool to see a former College of Charleston player do that. And then the final person we're talking about, Melissa Jefferson, from Georgetown. She put on a big run in the 100 meters at the U.S. trials earlier this summer. She is listed at plus 1,500. That's the 5th best odds going into the Olympic Games. Sha'Carri Richardson is at minus 225. So she is the favorite going into this event. There you see Jefferson and Richardson celebrating after they both qualified for the Olympics earlier this summer. But again, this is her first Olympic Games. It's a huge deal for her to be making the trip over to Paris to be taking part in the Olympics. And like I said at the top, the Olympic Games kicking off on Friday. We're going to be keeping track of all these people and so much more going on. Like, I believe there's 12 people from South Carolina, from the University of South Carolina, I should say, that are going to be going to the Olympics as well, trying to bring home medals. We'll have all those stories, all those updates coming up throughout the next 2 weeks here on Live 5 and over on live5news.com. That's going to do it for Electric Bilodeau this week. We will see you back here on Friday for the Friday Night Lights tailgate. And don't forget, high school football is right around the corner. Practice starts for the high school league teams a week from Friday. Practice starts for the SCISA teams coming up this week. So we are just about to start the high school football season. I know everyone's really excited about that. But we will see you back here on Friday for the tailgate. Everyone have a great weekend.